Hello guys, and welcome to Spring Training in MLB The Show 23. So this will be between the St. Louis Cardinals as the away team and the home team of the Twins. So, for the Twins, Pablo Lopez will be starting off pitching. Of all day, getting off against Tommy Edman. Hi guys, my name is Andrew Scott. Now, sadly, it's just me today because I decided to. Like I said a couple weeks ago, that I will be doing the spring training as the commentary, just to kind of test it out, so like how I feel about it. Then I'll relay this to Gilly once his games are done. So first pitch is a ball slightly outside left. Second one is a foul ball, and then third is a strike to the upper right corner. Oh, a couple left, however you want to view it. Fourth is a ball for a 2-2 count. Fifth makes it a full count with a just low ball, and Paul Goldschmidt is on deck for the Cardinals. And Tommy Edman has been struck out by Pablo Lopez to lead off the game. And now the Paul Goldschmidt with a strike as his first pitch. The windup. And that ball is blasted to left field for a home run, St. Louis. You know, this is not really a good look. It's like a good look for the Twins here. Like, even though it is like it's been training, because you can see that ball was towards the kind of the lower right, lower left side of the box, but Goldschmidt was still able to blast it. Then Lars Nootbaar receives a ball for his first pitch. You know, I'm probably gonna end up telling even Gary this, I guess his first round out the first base. Yeah, so here we see the Cardinals lineup with Edman, Goldschmidt. They got Nootbaar for second and central being out, and now Jordan Walker, the Cardinals' right fielder. Anyway, yeah. So and a just barely outside ball for Jordan Walker. So you could see. So something I believe I'll end up I'm telling Gailey is and check swing strike is that I've seen Nootbaar and please don't take this the wrong way, Cardinals fans, but and that ball's hammered to left field, but it just goes out, just goes foul a few feet in front of the away from being a home run, and that's another foul ball. Yeah, so the Cardinals fans, please don't get mad at me with this, but the first time that I saw Nootbaar, like, in person, I kept calling him Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so the cars have been struck out. First time out. However, the Goldsmith was able to bring them up by one. The Miles Mikolas. Mikolas is the starting pitcher for the Cardinals. And sorry that I said that twice. I just realized and again, for the first batter that he'll face for the day, it's Edouard Julien. And that's a kind of high, like a super high ball. Yeah. About Mikolas to wind up and pitch for a strike that's right on the edge. There they go the zone. Then a ball that's kind of more towards the batter, just legs. Pitch. And that's just kind of high. Then George Jorge Polanco is up next, and that ball is grounded out to grounded to first. Just a good play by Goldsmith, keeping his lead intact. Then Jorge Polanco, I think that's how you say that. His name up is up next, and that's a ball. Again by Mr. Mikolas. The pitch for a slow center strike. There. Yeah. Then what would have been a ball if Polanco hadn't taken a chance at it and tipped it. Oh, and then that's another would-be ball, but Polanco looks like Carl took a good disfit there and thought he could take care of it, but and same there. Like this happens again, I'm not gonna commentate on it. And again grounded out to Goldsmith. And then here we see the Twins lineup with both the second and third basemen being grounded out to first, with the right fielder and first baseman being up next. With Max Kepler. Hopefully he can generate some offense for the Twins as he takes the ball. So he has to at least get on base for them to have a chance at eating away this Cardinals lead. And he takes a low zone ball, a strike by the way. And that's a clean hit out to left center, or center to left, to save them just that much longer. And now I believe the first baseman, Alex Kirilloff. So promise me. I'm sorry. And then that's the ball is out of the fourth consecutive at bat. So I promise you that the commentary is going to be a lot better once we actually get Gary. And then that's a questionable strike there by Mikolas. There. As it was right on the end, and that ball was lined right into third base, and for the second out, keeping it at 1-0 St. Louis. with Ivan Herrera, or Herrera, the Cardinals catcher, starting off the second inning for the Cardinals. And that's a strike to Herrera, by Lopez. It seemed like Herrera didn't have that good of an average, and that was lined right to first base, and for the first out of the inning. Then Richie Palacios, or as the A guy says, the Palacio. No, that's not going to be a strike. Because that will be a ball to the lower left side. And then just slightly above that, Lopez has to go for a strike. You know, I was debating on like which stadium was the spring training. Oh, and that's a bunt down the left line, but the ref called that foul, and that's another strikeout for Pablo Lopez. So resulting in his third for the game, and Lucan Baker is the next up, and his first pitch is a strike by Lopez. Yeah, because for some reason, I thought that the Date Palm Field was it, you know, because the Great League, and that ball is slammed with foul. But then I'm like, you know what? No, I think it's gonna be the other one. I completely forget which one that is. Oh, this one is. That would be a high ball by Lopez. You know, one thing I will say, and there's another high, slightly inside ball by Lopez, and now it's an outside ball. And then that goes to a low and inside ball for the first walk of the game by Pablo Lopez. And now this is interesting because we got the Golden Lopez with a slightly different spelled name there, because you can see instead of Irving doesn't have the game accent on the O, and that is a low strike by Lopez, and that's a. Now there would be an 0-2 count, except the decided not to call that. And now it's a 1-2 inning. 1-2 like a bat rather. So with a line ball out to the center of the field, and then that will hold the Cardinals at first and second base. Now Mason Wynn has a chance to make this a 4-0 game with a slightly inside ball. You know, it seems like the Cardinals, at least for this game, have a mostly rookie lineup. I'm not exactly sure, like that's because it's a spring training game or what, but I didn't know that this would actually affect it. The stadium in April, and then that is a strike by Lopez. So, you know, I'm saying the minor league logo and that's quite the inside ball there by Lopez, like almost hitting Win and forcing him to scoot out of the way. And that's another full count there, with Edmund being on deck, with a full count to Win. And Win goes down on strikes his first time up, standing hitting two as Lopez manages to keep his break the streak set by the Cardinals, and you would assume that would let some hot air out of the balloon, so to speak. Now they're now leading off for the Twins. It is Matt Wallner. Now, Mr. Mikolas throws his fifth straight ball to start off the bat, and a popped up ball foul to the left side. And sorry if I don't know that much about these guys, because I don't really pay that much attention to baseball players, lives as a whole. And that is a 2-2 count now, because with a ball followed by the tipped strike and another tip foul ball by Wallner. Yeah, guys, I was saying LaGuardia, the other minor league logo. Just I don't know who plays here. The minor league, and that is Mikolas's first strikeout of this game to Wallner. Now Kyle Farmer was the next one up to Mikolas, and that is an outside ball to start off the 6th straight at bat against Mikolas. And that ball is grounded out to short, and the throw is just in time. I completely forget his name. I did not see who the shortstop was. So, to win. An 81-mile-an-hour throw for 147.2 feet. Now Ryan Jeffers will line the ball straight down center and across second. For the first time this game, the Mikolas has not thrown a ball to start off an at-bat. And now Trevor Larnach is Mikolas's next opponent, and that ball goes straight left foul. So you would think that after Mikolas has gotten to the top 6 players at bat out the way, he will start throwing more strikes to start off the at bats. Now leading this one with a 1-1, now a 1-2 count with a ball followed not immediately by a strike. And then an inside four-seamer for a ball to Larnach. If Larnach does not get a hit here, which he will not, sadly, for Mikolas's second strikeout of the game, which fans won, that would mean that Mikolas will face off against the bottom of the order. as Pablo Lopez will face off against Tommy Edman, the leadoff man for the whole lineup, with a just borderline ball. So Tommy Edman is 0 for 1 in this game so far, as he foul tips a ball backwards. You know, I just love the baseball the fans Geos. And then we have a 2-1 count with another high ball and inside for Samer. Lopez and Zhou is like I'm saying in the same thing. Over and over again, you know, just like the guys we let go on. The comment mentality will get better. And so that will be 2 consecutive fouls. One popped up to the screen, then one out to the outside. The one grounded out. Well, I should say it's the right side of the field, then the one grounded out to the Cardinals dugout. And then a pop fly to Julian for the first out of the inning. And then now Paul Goldschmidt, who hit the first home run of the game and is responsible for the 1-0 lead that the Cardinals have with another questionable ball by the with the first strike coming off a foul to the screen. Strike 2 is a foul off to the Twins dugout, followed by a similar foul for strike 3. There's another ball foul back to the screen. And now Goldschmidt goes down on strikes, his second time up. And now Lars Nutbar, who grounded out his first time up. With a borderline inside strike given by the ref, or by the ump rather. And then a ground ball to shortstop, which is quickly thrown to first, recording the last out of the inning, timing the Cards somehow. You know, Michael A. Tyler. I don't know why I said Tyler. Well, again with a leadoff strike by Miles Mikolas. Then actually in the surprising decision, Mikolas goes for a second strike, and probably checking Taylor out with a potential third in a row strike. Mikolas sends Taylor out on strikes. And now Eduardo Julian gets another leadoff strike. So you can then like after 3 strikes, I feel like what Mikolas is going for, as Julian fouls the ball wide left, is since he's kind of faced the top 6, and that is his second strikeout, and that's his fourth strikeout of the game. So what Mikolas may be doing is since he kind of it's probably kind of like see where the lineup is and see like how much offense they can get done again the first inning or two, and since they haven't been gotten that much, they're gonna check swing by Polanco. He's now throwing more strikes and kind of trying to vary his pitch count, and that ball was actually a bit high there, almost hitting Polanco, but who dove to dodge the ball, but they're not giving him the walk. But the first time this let's say the first inning this game in which we will have a struck out inside for all 3 batters up. Now Jordan Walker, for his second attempt at this, he struck out his first time up. And that was a bit of an early swing there for a just high, what would have been ball. And that's a questionable call there with an outside ball, but the walk-ons with a line, with a drive out to right field. That bounces off the ball. I'm sorry, the wall. I can just kill that that crack. As it leaves the plate, and gives him a double. And again another long yell by the fans there. Ivan Herrera steps in after his line out in the second inning, with the chance to and another questionable strike there by the ump, with the attempt to take a 2-0 lead, especially with another slove being a ball. By Lopez.
Inside ball 3.
With an inside ball there. So what may be happening now is they may have with a pop out with a pop fly to the right field. I was somewhat sure they would have tried a sac fly there, but I guess not. They could have made it. Richie Palacios. Subston leaves off with the chance to bring in the run at second with a foulable ball off the left. And now that's a line drive got by the second baseman, who throws to first, but that's not in time, as it's an error on the like a Goldsmith's part, not Goldsmith's part, my bad, on the first baseman's part, as he took his foot off the bag a bit too early. Oh man, that sucks. So Lucan Baker now has one of on the corners as Lopez Lopez throws a ball to Baker, who was walked in the second inning. And results in a foul ball for his first strikeout. The fact that
One ball,
and a
2 strikes.
swing and miss by Lucan Baker. The one thing that Lopez does not want is a walk, and thankfully he strikes out Baker for his sixth strikeout this game. And now, like Irving Lopez has the potential to make it a 4-0 game. Did I accidentally say 4-1 when one of the there was a guy on second and no one on the first or third? I feel like I did.
No strikes.
I'm sorry, just I'm recording this kind of late, so please just ignore that. And now a low ball for ball 3. Look on to now. The win is on deck for the St. Louis Cardinals. And now Lopez has some sense and throws his the first strike to Irving Lopez, followed by a second swing and miss strike. So now now if you're Irving Lopez, you kind of don't have to think, how can I make this situation better? And he took a chance there with a foul ball, and he hangs off a swing there for a high ball, resulting in another walk. And now Mason Wynn has bases loaded. However, he is 0 for 1 this ball game. With I believe it was a ground out in a second, and we can see there that he threw just 22 pitches so far. Now make that 23. I believe this inning alone for 50. I'm not gonna do the math. Like, I'm too tired of that. So now like a 1-2 count. The 2 win as Win swings out a high ball and strands bases loaded. Lopez averts near disaster with with a high ball. And now Max Kepler, the Twins, I believe he's the Twins' only base hit this whole game. I think it's up to the Allen and taking the first pitch as a ball. I'm just saying nope. But that's 3 balls in a row with Alex Kirilloff Joe Kirilloff on deck, and Nicholas So his first strike of the at bat to a 3-1 count to Max Kepler. And that's a pop up to third, and ends up being the first out of the side of the inning.
Number 19, Alex Kirilloff.
You know, Alex Kirilloff was the line out of the first inning. It would have been takes a first pitch strike, followed by a ball by Nicholas.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And inside balls close to the knees there by Miles Nicholas. Line up and fouled off to the screen. Oh, and that ball is out of here by Alex Kirilloff. And now it's tied to 1-1. Off of the one home run apiece. Right to right center field. It had like a hang time of about like 45 seconds and 104.7 velocity. So, Matt Wallner, following his second inning strikeout, gets a ball his first mentioned, and then grounds out to shortstop for the throw right to first. Second time. Yeah, you know, Kyle Farmer, as Nicholas tries to avert further damage by the Twins with a ball to start off to Farmer, and a borderline sinker strike. Well, strike was a sinker, I should say, which would make it a 1-1 count. And Farmer swings for a low outside ball, followed by a near identical pitch, but holds off that one for a ball. Then he would pop this one out to the left center, or the left center. Indeed, he will for the out. But Alex Kirilloff, Kirilloff with the tying run late in, midway through the fourth inning.
Leading off for St. Louis, the second baseman.
And now since St. Louis is back to where they started this game with Tommy Edman, who is 0-2 this game, as he takes a borderline ball on the high side, followed by a inside ball, then an outside ball with Paul Goldschmidt on deck for the Cardinals. And that's another borderline upper zone ball by Pablo Lopez. So now Paul Goldschmidt, who started this whole mess like in the first place, with then force the Twins to like catch up. Is up like after he got out, I believe on sexual pop up. His last time up. Oh, again, Connell, Connell, flash stealing, but that goes near. Well, yeah, it does go successfully. As I believe Liam said he had like a 12 and a half, about like a 12 and a half foot lead, and reached a top speed of 20 miles an hour almost. So, and that ball is popped up and caught to the left foul line and by Walnut.
Now batting, the center fielder, Lars
With
Newbar.
resulting thing in Lars Nutball being the Car's only hope this inning, as he takes a borderline inside ball. Without his third attempt at this, followed by a strike to hopefully keep his team alive. Sitting after a disastrous and failed steal attempt. Another pop-up to left field for a foul. You know, if I were the Twins, I would consider having someone on deck to replace Lopez with how many balls he's thrown. And now Lopez has a full count on Nutball, which he will capitalize upon, and it will tire the Cardinals. With a 3-up, 3-down inning. In the second of the game. And Ryan Jeffers. So I misspoke a couple of innings ago. That was not the only that was not the only base hit by the Twins. Because Ryan Jeffers was had a single with the second attempt leading off with a borderline ball on the left up side and one inside ball with his third pitch being an inside strike. Popped up to right field for the out. Now, Trevor Larnach, who is 0-1 in this game, takes a low sinker for ball one. Then fouls off for his first strike of this at bat. You know, I'm kind of surprised that the Sounders are going this. Oh, and that's an out on the inside rather. Ball almost hitting Larnach. Like as I was saying, like I'm surprised that the Sounders are still getting in the game after for now like 5 innings. With it seemed like no one on in the bullpen. To replace them as Nicholas throws 2 strikes. This one being a pop up down the foul line and caught by Goldschmidt about halfway between first and the Twins dugout. Now Michael A. Taylor, who had the chance to tie the game back in the third, but failed to capitalize. He's up now, taking a ball to the outside, followed by a foul ball shot right down to his dugout, and now grounds it out to second kin, but will get thrown out to first. So now to the sixth inning. It's still 1-1. Jordan Walker with a double in the fourth inning. And I believe it was set up that almost disastrous bases loaded for the Cardinals. That ending as well takes a ball for the first pitch, but lines it. Grounds it, I should say, to left field for a single. You know, that's a well placed ball there. Ball's gonna by Lopez and Taylor there. Because Lopez had and as a bunt to second base, resulting in a sacrifice bunt in the town for Herrera, as Julian decides to go after some man at first. And then Richie Palacios is 0-2, and as Lopez goes for it, but Taylor makes it in time. I'm surprised that I don't count like leaps on arrows as a successful attempt. Technically, and that's a ground ball to shortstop, but he gets thrown out at first. Sadly, it would have been a nice not attempt though. Yeah, Lucan Baker, who is 0-1, I believe he may have been walked. Was walked. I believe it. Gets thrown out for the last out of the innings as Eduardo Julian, Jorge Polanco, and Max Kepler, starting for the Twins, come up to now their third try against the Locos. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my brain's not. So Julian, for his first two ball takes a questionable ball and then an outside ball by McLiss, followed by an outside corner ball. So I saw that's something that the Twins had a few guys on in the bullpen, and that is the 3-1 strike to Julian. So then you have to question: do the Cardinals, are they thinking the same thing that the Twins are? As Julian swings and misses for a full count, which will result in a foul ball. And no, unless it doesn't show for this stadium for some reason. But that's interesting. The Cardinals are actually considering taking King Nicholas out. As Julian lines out to center field and gets caught out by Nutbar.
Now batting, third baseman.
As Jorge Polanco comes up now for his second attempt, as he grounded out, and I believe took out as well. His first two times out, as he takes a low sinker for a ball. Followed by a low sinker to the inside for a ball.
Ball, that pitch is up.
then followed up by a high fast four seam. You know, so Nicholas maybe go wing for like a full count strategy so that he can get the hitter to go for it on his I believe that would be seventh or sixth swing as seen there by the borderline strike. Oh, and that is a pop-up caught by I believe that's Herrera for the first one like that the game. Now Max Kepler with the first base hit by the Twins this whole game. Was up for his third attempt after being called out last time up. Now, Nicholas, I guess is now deciding to go with that same strat as he throws Kepler two straight balls, or I should say strikes, followed by a foul ball, and then a pop up to left field, and almost results in a collision between the third and left men. But how in the world did he get on base? Because it looked like the third baseman got it, the left fielder got it. He threw it back into the pitcher, and now he's on the flipping. What? Anyway, Kirilloff with the tying one. Well, yeah, he had the tying one in the fourth up for his third attempt, and a line out to right field but gets caught out standing one on first base. And what would have been an interesting ton of events there for the Twins, but they feel the capitalize sadly. And now Gavin Lopez is up, and top of the seventh, and Pablo Lopez is still in there. And I guess a check swing for Lopez, but they decided that he swung most of the way around and get the strike to Pablo Lopez, and a ground out to I believe that's shortstop, but Lopez gets thrown out to first. And now Masson win. Pop up foul ball. It almost hits the warm up squad. There for the Twins. You know, I was surprised that they haven't decided and ground out to first, resulting in a win becoming the second out of the inning. And now Tommy Edman, I'm sorry, is the third man up, and essentially 101 pitches for Pablo Lopez this game.
Ball inside.
For a borderline inside ball. You know, like if I were the Twins, I would have to consider taking him out soon because he has over 100 pitches. He's pitched for 7 innings. He's had like a high pitch count, kind of like I'm sure for the goal, 7 innings for a ground out to second to first as the fans and attendants enjoy the 7th inning stretch and the sing along. And now Matt Wallner with a strikeout, then ground out. His past two times out. As Mikolas throws a ball that hits off the catcher's glove. And about time, the Cardinals have like a few guys out in the bullpen. One righty and one lefty. Javon Mikolas, as he enters 90 pitches with a low borderline strike. And a pop-up to short stop, resulting in that out. Man, this is a long game, isn't it? Like Farmer with a strikeout and a ground out. His last two times up. The only reason why I pointed out is because I have my cutoff on the on my PS5 as like an hour, because that's the longest I can go. And it's now 56:40 for recording time, as Mikolas throws a 2-1 count. You know, if I were both teams, I would just take out. I'm my pitchers now. As Mikolas throws an inside ball with Jeffers on deck, and a ground out to third, and the throw comes just in the nick of time for the out. Now Jeffers with the single in the second inning, and then grounds one foul to his dugout, and bullpen, I should say. I'm more accurately, and a foul just above the Cards dugout, with Mikolas throwing his 100th pitch as the final strikeout of the 7th inning. And now we remain tied 1-1 with 4 hits this game. So, I'm going to pause this here to continue in the next bit. So Chris Paddock will take over for the Twins, as Lopez played for the first 7 innings, resulted in 1 loaded base and 1 home run, as well as many balls. Now Chris Paddock will enter into this game facing Paul Goldschmidt, with the first 2 balls being full seam strikes, both to the left side of the zone, with the third being a low ball. And 48-57 being the total attendance for tonight's game. And thank you guys for watching this far. If you made it into this incredibly long video, the longest video in this channel's history up to this point. As Paul Goldschmidt pops it up to first, to first base. And now Lars Nootbaar, for his 4th attempt after going 0 for 3, as he foul tips a border fastball. Yeah, now, like, I'm not sure if you actually count them or to call them border. I just call them border because that's what they are. And now Stewart and Fieldball come in for the Twins bullpen. As the count against Muppow is now 0-2 with a line drop, with a ground out to short with the in-time throw to first, with a tag out for out the number 2. So now Jordan Zinawaka with a double and a single in his pastimes up. Faces off against Chris Paddock for his first time in this game with a low strike, followed by a check swing, low outside corner, but it seemed like he went a bit too far on that throw, or that swing over. So then the foul rolls off a low ball there. And now it takes an outside 12 curve from Paddock as his fastball and pops up to left center, or right center, I should say, for the final out of the inning. I don't know why I keep calling out the left center. Like, I guess it's just like from the home team's perspective. Anyway, now Andrew Suarez takes over from Al Goodfin and Lionel Nicholas. From now Donovan Solano is the first pitch hitter for the game, and for the Twins. I wonder why. And I completely forget for who to be honest. This was you. As he takes a 1-1 count against Suarez. And he fouls off a what could have been a single. It had stayed a fair bit more. Again, he goes for a low outside ball, resulting in him being Suarez's again the bottom of this inning's first out. Michael Italo, his the first time against Suarez, and gets popped out. And hits like a pop out to center field. Now Eduardo Julian, the sort off or the lead off for this lineup with a line out in the 6th. Casey Sloans and Jacob Bonds. Suarez is the 2 backups in the pen right now. As Julian pops up again to right field for the 8th final out. And we remain tied 1-1. Man, this is a long game. Ivan However, with his sack bunt last time up, takes a borderline force seamer on the inside for a strike. Now an upper edge four seamer for a strike by Chris Paddock. for his 14th pitch of the game. Not like a slider gets, however, swinging as we go on out to Richie Palacios, who is 0-3 up to this point in the game, with a foul ball to start off this attempt. And then ground ball to first base, but he doesn't make it in time because Goliath makes it there just before him. And now Lucan Baker, as the seventh batter, he goes 0 for 2 up to this point, and takes a high four seamer for this try, as his first pitch, as a ground out to the second, and throws just barely in time to first base. This is now Polanco, Kepler, and Zakrilov start off for the Twins the next inning. And now Polanco for his first try against Suarez. It was with Helsley and Barnes in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Yeah, so it takes a quite the low. Swings at quite the low pitcher, I should say, for ball one, or strike two rather. Then takes two fairly high balls for a 2-2 count, and grounds out to shortstop. But the throw is in time for out the number one. And now Max Kepler, following two singles, I should say. I went out the 10 versus Suarez for his first time, and starts off with a 12 curve for a 1-0 count. Takes a low borderline four seamer for ball number two, and I've actually never seen that before this game. Then takes a low almost outside ball for a 3-0 count, as bases are still unloaded. Oh, I should say there's no one down base. So with an outside strike to Kepler and Suarez, the ones other pitches. So with a pop-up to foul side right, and that's caught. For out, the number two. You know, I'm sure I found this to be like a bad idea doing the broadcast on my channel, but I decided, hey, it might well. And the first pitch to Krylov ends up in ground out to first. Again, running out as we go to inning number 10. So for those who don't know, and I'll pause this right here. So I can um, can explain this. So, like those that don't know. So this rule kind of just goes into play, when it's a tie, into the goal time in a way. So this is when each team will have one guy on second. I don't know like how they count it goes on or not. But then they have like one guy hit. And like basically yeah, then like just act as like a as like normal and except they have a guy that's like on base already. So yeah, and I don't know if it goes on like goes from like second, kind of third or whatnot, but anyway. So the first pitch of the devotee by Paddock Dick is a strike. Oh, I just said the first two are strikes. One was a foul tip. Well, one was kind of a tip, and one is ticked up and just barely caught. By Jeffers towards the wall. It seemed like it didn't have that much height, and Jeffers had to get off get out of position quite fast in order to catch it. Then Mason Wynn was ground out in the seventh, being his last appearance. Is up to verse Paddock, I believe for the first time of this game, for his fourth attempt, as he takes a slightly questionable borderline strike on the inside of the plate. And swing violently at the outside slider for out number 2. So I don't want to jinx this, but I feel like this is going to be a long game. I like the netting on this stadium actually. Like it's actually kind of really nice. And that ball goes foul. So I have something to tell y'all. As you guys are watching this, the guys are recording. It is currently 12:16 a.m. For me. So this is kind of the bad thing because I took a shower. The ball goes foul. I'm like, just record this. I got to take like 40 minutes, and it's been like an hour and 14, I believe, minutes for a flipping baseball game. I get they normally don't last longer, but I mean still, like you would have thought I learned my lesson from the last couple of games I tried doing on broadcast mode. In my other channel, but I guess not. And that ball goes a bit high for a 2-2 count by Paddock. So now I feel like we're gonna have to do like a hybrid mode for the rest of the games, especially if it's like the commuter versus the commuter, as that ball gets foul tipped towards third base, towards the Cardinal dugout, I should say. And that ball goes inside for a full count as Paul Goldschmidt is on deck for the Cardinals. Let's see if Goldschmidt can work his magic and it's down to first to end the top of the 10th inning. As we remain 1-1 into the bottom of the 10th inning. with Matt Wallner. And now all the Twins have to do with a ground out to third, as the ball makes it to first in time from across the diamond.
The shortstop.
So all the Twins have to do, with Farmer and whoever comes up after him, is just to get the guy who's on second home, because that way they will be up by one and win by default. So Helsley and Bonds are still on the bullpen for the Cards in case they need them to face Suarez. As the count is now 1-1 with a four-seam fastball down the middle. So Stewart and Zybal remain Paddock's replacements of this game, if needed.
Oh, that's out.
Outside ball thrown by Suarez. This thing is going to be a pain in the butt to get up. And that's a bit of a questionable ball there, thrown by Suarez falling up. With a 3-1, and now like a pop-up, finally to left center field, caught by the center fieldman and thrown right to third to prevent
The catcher.
the hold of whoever was on second, at second. And now Ryan Jeffers with a single in the second inning. Is up for a fourth attempt to see if we can go 2-4. But his first ball goes to an 0-1 count. A 2-1 count, pops up to left center field again, and gets caught by the left fielder to end the 10th inning. And we go yet again to another extra inning. This is still 1-1.
Leading off for the Cardinals.
There's now Paul Goldschmidt with a solo home run in the first inning. Faces off against Paddock. And gets a first pitch strike. And he swings and fouls pitch number 2. There's a bad right at and into the Twins dugout. Low outside ball by Paddock. So, I heard somewhere that they couldn't decide whether to name the Twins to Minneapolis or St. Paul. So they just, whether it was the Minneapolis, whatever, all the St. Paul, whatever, and the full count to Goldschmidt. I know the Paddock, and that is a foul, low strike, or low ball. See, so yeah, that's how they got the Twins' name, and Paddock strikes out Goldschmidt.
Now batting. The center.
And now Lowe's Nootbaugh ground out in the 8th inning and is 0 for 4 this game. Will he be the one to make it 2 or even 3-1 St. Louis? I hope so, because I want to go to bed. Because I'm driving somewhere tomorrow, and it's like a 3-hour drive to where I'm going. So I don't want to have to do it on like flipping, you know, going to bed at flipping like past midnight, you know. Anyway, so 1 and 2 count to Newtbar. As Newtbar swings and strikes out for a 1 and 4 count by Paddock.
Walker.
And now Jordan Walker with an intentional walk by the Twins. I guess the Jordan Walker was just too good with the 2 and 4
The catcher. Ivan Ferreira.
game. I guess the average you would call it. Like I don't play baseball, so I want to, but I don't know. I don't know all the technical terminology.
Nope.
Besides, singles, doubles, triples, home runs. You can like one average, No. So now a 1 and 0 count to the 4-3 Ivan Herrera. Check swing 1 and 1. At this point, I don't care. Just foul ball, right side of the line, towards the wall. Another foul, out towards the bullpen this time. Seems like the Twins are gonna bring someone else in next inning. Because Paddock's not really gotten them anywhere fast. So, and as I say that brings an end to Herrera's time and Swans too. By Paddock, as he brings Herrera home. Well, as he puts Herrera home, I should say, with a final strike.
Your attention, please. Now, pitching.
Now Jacob Bonds comes in to replace Suarez at the end of the 11th inning. And his first opponent is Donovan Solano, the pinch hitter. I wanted to check actually who Donovan is supposed to replace, as he grounds out a foul ball down the third base line, and that was a weird glitch. So like all Solano have to do, as he takes an 0 and 2 count, is get on base. As he strikes out, I'm assuming for his second time in a row, to Bonds, the first pitcher for the Cardinals. And then Michael A. Taylor
That's a ball.
takes a low inside ball. His first time facing Jacob Bonds. Takes a 1-1 pitch right down the middle. If this thing goes like 18 innings, I'm gonna lose my mind. I really hope it does not go 18 innings. And then that's a questionable ball there, or strike, I should say, by the umpire, for a 1 and 2 count. I guess he wants to go home and sleep as much as I do. As Bonds takes a high outside ball there for a 2 and 2 count. low outside for a full count. Eduardo Julian is on deck for the Twins as Taylor, I believe, gets the first hit for the 11th as he pops out to right field and Walker. Now Eduardo, or it is Edward, Julian comes up for his first time facing Jacob Bonds. As he swings and misses at an 0-1 changeup. And another changeup as he fouls back towards the Cardinals dugout. Oh, and line ground out towards short, and sadly the throw makes it on time to first, and we go to the 12th inning, dang you, of this game. As Richie Palacios comes up for his 5th attempt after he grounds out in the 9th inning. And Chris Paddock for his 50th throw of this game. As that... Ooh, against lefties, Palacios kind of sucks. Anyways. Why is, Paddock? No, Paddock's a righty. As the refs call a blatant ball a strike, and then they ensue it and thigh ball. Main Paddock's backups there in the bullpen. As another strike is called. As the ball gets tossed, I believe, to Paddock, about it for the first baseman, and to ensure the out. And now Lincoln Baker for his fourth attempt at this takes another barrier inside strike. I swear, I don't want to go home like as much as I do. Well, I am home. I'm going in from my living room. But they want to go to bed like as much as I do, I guess. And just calling another the actual like zoned in strike. And that's, well, look at that. They call a barrier by a ball for the first time in a bit. To Lincoln Baker, as he now has a 1-2 count, as Baker strikes out at a 12 curve. I to be honest don't know how he would what that is. I'm saying it's thin end. It's just I don't know what it's called. And now Orvin Lopez is a 1-for-3 of this game as Paddock gets in one of the poorest excuses of a ball I've ever seen, as it's inside the flipping strike zone, and they decide to call it a ball. Anyways, I don't drink coffee, and I think that's a bad thing. And it's like right about in line with the ball that was just thrown. Oh, wait a minute. Now the one just moved up to third as it popped up and out to left field. So I guess it does go to third as the innings progress. Yeah, so what, like 11 minutes, 12... and Paddock lives to see another day as he keeps the Twins in this game. Oh no, maybe that was just yeah, no, I'm wrong. And that's a borderline it's like as Haley and Lawrence, I believe that was, or no, Bailey and Lawrence, I'm sorry, are the backups for Mr. Barnes, as that ball now then hit the wall in left field, and the Twins win of an RBI hit by Polanco. And let's go ahead and take another look at that. By Polanco, because at the line drive past third, Bowles hits the left field wall, and sadly, the Cubs left fielder was not able to make it to get the ball in time. Well, I thank you for joining me on this incredibly long game. I did not mean for this game to be that long, and now I know that I need Gailey to help me out with these broadcasts. So anyway, from Ballpark City, TIT, I believe that's what it's called, in Sarasota, Florida. I thank you for joining me us here on the ASN for this matchup between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Minnesota Twins. And I hope to see you. I guess like as of release date, the tomorrow, well, for the next Cactus League game. First inning, I will see y'all later. Bye.